The Great Bank Branch Shutdown, Why Bricks Are Out and Apps Are In. 1. The big picture. Bank branches across the United States are closing at record speed. 148 net closures happened in the first quarter of 2025. That's up from just 21 in the quarter before. TD Bank alone shut down 38 locations in a single month. So what does that actually mean? People are worried they'll have to drive 50 miles just to deposit a check. But the truth is, banks aren't dying. They're just going digital. Footnote. Branch closings are accelerating, but the banking system itself is not collapsing. 2. Why efficiency rules. Banks no longer need marble lobbies or corner offices. Many new branches are nothing more than rooms filled with ATMs and a phone to call a representative. It's cheaper, leaner, and fits an economy where delinquencies are climbing. With defaults rising, banks are trimming overhead like a dieter cutting carbs. They don't need 5 tellers when your phone can do the job. Footnote. Automation allows banks to cut physical space and staff while maintaining services. 3. Household debt returns. During the pandemic, stimulus checks and PPP loans made debt manageable. Families paid down balances. Fast forward to 2025, delinquencies are rising again. Student loan payments resumed in late 2024, pushing defaults to 5-year highs. Add in credit card and car loan delinquencies, and the debt cycle looks like a bad rerun of the financial crisis. Banks see this. They tighten spending. They cut branches. Footnote. Debt repayment pressure drives higher defaults, influencing bank cost-cutting strategies. 4. Mortgage slowdown. Mortgage rates climbed back above 7% after a U.S. debt downgrade. High rates freeze buyers. Who wants a loan at that cost? The result is fewer customers walking into branches for mortgages. Less traffic means fewer reasons to keep the lights on. The same trend holds for car loans. Why visit a bank when you can finance a car online, sometimes with delivery to your driveway? Footnote. Rising interest rates reduce demand for in-person mortgage and auto lending. 5. The subprime red zone. Subprime borrowers, those with weaker credit, are getting crushed. By 2025, delinquency rates on car loans hit 6.6%. That's worse than the pandemic. Worse than the 2008 crisis. Repossessions are spiking. Banks know the risks, and they're adapting. Translation: fewer branches, more online control. Footnote. Subprime auto defaults are now higher than in prior crises. 6. The digital shift. The irony is that most customers already live without branches. Depositing a check? Take a picture. Wire transfer? Click an app. Need financial advice? Book a Zoom meeting. Even ordering paper checks can be done online. About the only thing left requiring a branch is a cashier's check, and even that may go digital soon. So what does that actually mean? The branch is no longer the bank. The phone in your pocket is. Footnote. Smartphones now perform almost all core banking functions. 7. Lessons for the public. Yes, it feels unsettling when the bank down the street closes. But closures don't equal collapse. They mean adaptation. Banks save costs. Customers save trips. The losers are those without internet or smartphones, the unbanked, the elderly, the rural. For everyone else, the branch is just a backup plan. Like a payphone. You remember those, right? Footnote. Branch closures mainly hurt those lacking digital access, not the system as a whole. 8. The bottom line. Banks are shutting down branches because they don't need them. Rising debt, fewer loans, and higher costs force efficiency. Technology does the rest. The financial system is not vanishing, it's relocating from Main Street to your mobile screen. History will remember this era as the great transition from brick and mortar to tap and swipe. The illusion of marble vaults is ending. The age of banking apps has begun. Footnote: Banking is moving from physical branches to digital-first platforms.